Welcome to another episode of Wog's Kitchen. On this episode, I'm going to show you how to make a non-traditional way of a spaghetti bolognese. So basically the mince sauce part of it. So let's get started. In a deep pot, I'm going to add a bit of oil, and I've got 4 large diced onions here. I'm going to dice these onions till they're translucent, and I'm going to add 1.1 kilos of lamb mince. Now this is where the real work happens. So for the next 10 to 15 minutes, I'm just going to smash and spread my mince till it's all broken down and there's no large clumps of big mince. Once my mince is slightly brown, I'm going to add diced garlic, diced ginger, and a diced green chili. I'm going to add 1 capsicum. At this point, I would add 2 shredded carrots, but I didn't have any. So, seasoning, I'm going to add a tablespoon and a half of salt and mix that well. If you can tell, my mince is really dry and cooking, which is what we want. Now here I've got 4 diced large tomatoes. Now I'm going to cook this off for about 5 minutes. Now after that, I'm going to add 2 tin diced canned tomatoes. And I'm going to cook this off for another about 10 minutes, I think, just to make sure the tin tomatoes and the fresh tomatoes are really broken down. So I've added about 200 mils of water here, and I'm going to cook this on a high heat for about 20 minutes. I'm going to put the lid back on. So with my first seasoning, I'm going to add a French onion soup mix. I love this hack. I can add it into anything and everything. This also thickens the sauce, and it also gives it a nice onion flavor. As you can see, the tin tomatoes and the fresh tomatoes have broken down. So I'm now going to add about 500 mils of passata. And basically that's it. I'm going to now cook this on a low heat. And I'm going to go finish seasoning it off. So I'm adding a tablespoon of chili powder. I'm adding a tablespoon of coriander powder. I'm adding a teaspoon of Garam Masala. And adding about a tablespoon and a half of sugar. Now obviously this is not traditional mincemeat, this is my version, so please don't come at me to say this is not traditional. Over here I've added a pinch of white pepper, and I'm going to also add a stock cube. And that's it. I'm going to now put the heat on low and cook this off for a minimum of an hour. If sometimes I do it for an hour and a half, it's not going to burn. I'm just going to put the lid on. Okay, and that's it. So we are ready to plate up. So over here, I've got Greek yogurt and garlic. So I'm going to cover my plate completely with the Greek yogurt and garlic. And I've boiled my pasta, and I'm going to add my pasta directly onto the plate. Now, obviously, I was trying to be artistic here with my pasta, and the pasta was hot, and things didn't really work out being artistic, so let's not try to be artistic when we can't be artistic. So basically, I'm just going to put as much as pasta or as little as you want. I've roughly boiled 1 packet of spaghetti here. Now, once I've done my spaghetti, I'm just going to add a couple of spoons of the garlic yogurt again. And now time for my mince sauce on top, or my bolognese. Now, you can put as little or as much as you want. This is obviously my take, so I'm going to cover the entire plate, because obviously this part is the star of the dish. So once again, just drizzle a little bit of garlic yogurt on top of that. I've got some dried mint here, just going to add a bit on top. Obviously, it's not a spaghetti bolognese if there's no cheese. And obviously, you need extra cheese because a little bit just won't do. A little bit of dry mint again. And this is the oil from the mint sauce. Obviously, this is very unhealthy, but you know, who's counting here what's healthy and what's not. And that's it. That's my take on spaghetti bolognese, but my version. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, I hope you enjoy this recipe.